Hey guys, Stuart Trier here from SEO Cheat Guides. So today I wanted to talk to you about lead generation and how you can approach going into a whole new niche. So it's one of the kind of hurdles that I hear from people is how do they build their list? How do they do cold outreach? So I just wanted to walk through kind of how I would approach this situation. It's something that I'm doing in my business. I'm definitely having to do a lot more outreach as I scale up my business. So I just wanted to share some insight that I've learned over the past few weeks, let's say, as I've implemented some more campaigns in my business. So first, what you'd want to do is obviously pick your niche. Once you pick your niche, then the first thing I do is I'd like to look at 30 to 60 sites in that industry. I'll look at YouTube, I'll look at their social media profiles, and really what I'm looking for is patterns. So what are all the companies doing? So what tends to happen is all of the companies tend to do some things, and then what you'll see is some companies tend to do other things. You kind of want to pick up on those patterns and make note of what's everybody doing that's the same, what are some people doing differently, what aren't you seeing? So one of the advantages we have of marketers is that we've seen different companies in different industries, and we should be able to pick up on those patterns of, what's working in another industry that could work in this industry that, these people are not actually implementing on their sites. These are things like, calls to action, but there's just a whole variety of things, funnels that we know about that, a lot of business owners and niches don't. So I look and make notes for that. The next thing I do is I pick up the phone and I try to talk to people in that niche. And at that point, really what I'm trying to discover is, what are some of their pain points? What are some of the problems they have in their business that would kind of present an opportunity for me to come in and add value for them? So I position that call exactly like that. I'm just doing some research, just want to pick their brain, maybe take them out for a coffee, or just hop on a quick phone call and kind of get some information from them related to that. Then I go back and again, I start to look at it through the framework of what do we know as digital marketers that we could bring as huge value to this industry. Things like SEO, PPC, funnels, retargeting, autoresponders, the list goes on. There's so much that we are exposed to that, we work in this little niche or this little area of marketing, and business owners as a whole, they're focused on their niche and they don't really keep up to date on the latest digital marketing trends. So generally speaking, there's a lot that we can do. So the next step is something that is where I think most people stumble on the outreach. So what we need to do is we need to come up with a way to add value. So an example of this, Daniel Priestley talks about this in Oversubscribed. He calls it products for prospects. And really what that means is you want to create something that, a large majority of the people in the niche would be interested in receiving, and it's not your core product. So you don't want to approach them with, hey, SEO, or hey, PPC if you're selling PPC, because that's your core product. You don't want to discount that. You want to get a premium for your core product, but you want to develop something that Daniel Priestley calls that, products for prospects. It's essentially a tripwire offer. It could be free or it could be a low-cost offer that would serve a value proposition to a large percentage of the people in the industry, so that you kind of open the door. As Dan Kennedy says, you go from that pest to that welcome guest because you're bringing them something that they want. So here's an example of that. So let's take the podiatry niche. So one of the issues that podiatrists have is, patients call in and their receptionists really aren't trained in any kind of sales techniques. So if I was going to be targeting podiatrists, one of the things that I'd be looking to do is pull together something like 5 scripts for your receptionist to help you double your sales, right? And, this is something that's not part of my core offering, but I know that if I talk to 100 podiatrists and say, hey, I've got these scripts that will help your receptionist double your sales, here's the landing page, opt in, maybe I don't charge for it, or maybe I charge a nominal fee for it. A large percentage of people that get, that cold outreach offering that are going to want to be on my list. Then what happens is, the magic. Then we start to add a little bit more value. Maybe I'd put 2 or 3 in an autoresponder, 2 or 3 more kind of value propositions free in an autoresponder, pushing them through, getting them to know, like, and trust me. And, at that point, then I've opened a relationship where I'm able to come in and potentially sell them some of my core products. So that's really how I go about ascending people from cold niche, adding value, getting them on my list, adding some more value, and then ascending them to what I would call a core offering, or potentially a tripwire offer that's a little bit more expensive. So that's how I do it. And really, it works really well because what ends up happening is a large percentage of people in the niche want to be on your list. And as soon as they want to be on your list, it becomes a lot easier to engage with them, add value, and kind of make the sales that we're all looking to make. Anyways, I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you did, definitely hit the subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think or how you do it, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks, bye.